One of the biggest questions we get right now is this: where are all the homes? Buyers feel like there aren't enough options, and sellers feel unsure about whether it's the right time to move. And the headlines keep talking about inventory, but most people don't really understand what that means. So let's break this down using real numbers and real market dynamics. If we look specifically at Harford County, the market was definitely expanded over the past few years, but we are still dealing with a shortage of homes. If we go back to January 2023, 161 homes sold and just 199 were on the market. That's 1 month of inventory. Go to 2024, 146 homes with 257 homes available. That's 2 months of inventory. Fast forward to 25, and again, 193 homes sold, 366 active, about 2 months of inventory. And this year, January 2026, 162 homes sold in Harford County with 446 active listings on the market. That's 3 months of inventory. So yes, inventory has increased, but when you step back and look at the bigger picture, we are still nowhere near what economists consider a healthy housing market. A balanced market typically has around 6 months of available inventory. That means if no homes came on the market, it would take about 6 months for all existing homes to sell. Based on the numbers we're seeing, we're still far from that. So the real question becomes, why are there still so few homes for sale? And there's several reasons, and one of the biggest is something we call the golden handcuffs effect. The golden handcuffs problem is millions of homeowners locked in at mortgage rates between 2 and 4% over the past several years. I'm one of them. Those are historically low interest rates. So even if someone would like to move, they are often hesitate because selling their current home means giving up that incredibly low rate and taking on a much higher mortgage payment. For many homeowners, moving right now doesn't just mean a new house. It means a dramatically higher monthly payment, and that creates what we call the golden handcuffs. People feel financially tied to the home they're in, even if their lifestyle has changed. Until more homeowners feel comfortable making that move, inventory will still stay tighter than normal. Now we're looking at why builders can't fix this quickly. A lot of people assume that builders can simply solve the inventory problem by building more homes. And while new construction definitely helps, it's not a quick fix. Building a home takes time. Permits take time. Labor and materials still fluctuate in cost. And many home builders have focused on higher priced homes because that's where the margins are. That's honestly the biggest issue we're seeing here locally. It's a struggle to get a new single-family home in the 6 figures. The result is that new construction often doesn't fully replace the kind of homes that many home buyers are looking for, especially entry-level homes or mid-range homes. So while builders are contributing to supply, they can't instantly fill the gap. Let's look at why low inventory keeps prices stable. Another important thing to understand is how inventory affects pricing. When there are fewer homes available, buyers have fewer choices. And when buyers have fewer choices, well-priced homes tend to attract more attention. That's one of the reasons home prices have remained relatively stable in many markets, even with higher interest rates. Demand hasn't disappeared. It's just competing over a smaller number of homes. So while we may not see the kind of intense bidding wars we saw in past years, limited inventory continues to support home values in many areas. So what's the tipping point for inventory? When does inventory actually start to rise in a meaningful way? The tipping point will likely come when more homeowners decide it's worth moving again. That can happen when interest rates settle into a range that feels more manageable for buyers and sellers. It can also happen as life events push people to move. When families grow, kids move out, job opportunities change, people retire, and those life transitions eventually create housing movements. When enough of those transitions happen at the same time, more homes start entering the market. That's when inventory begins to normalize. So what does this all mean for buyers? For buyers, the takeaway is this: inventory may be improving slowly, but competition still exists in many price points. That means your preparation matters. Getting pre-approved, understanding your budget and being ready to move when the right home appears can make a huge difference. Because the homes that are priced well and presented well still tend to attract attention quickly. So what does this all mean for sellers? For a seller, this environment can still be very favorable and rewarding. Limited inventory means buyers are actively searching for homes. But it doesn't mean anything will sell automatically. Pricing correctly, preparing the home properly, and marketing it well are still critical to attracting strong offers. Homes that come to the market positioned correctly tend to create the most amount of interest, and they create the interest early. The bottom line is this: inventory has improved compared to where we were a few years ago, but we're still far away from a normal real estate market. Until more homeowners decide it's time to move, supply will likely remain tighter than normal, with interest rates over the last 12 to 24 months coming down from ranges that we saw pushing 8% to now, we're seeing high fives and low sixes as of this video recording. We may see more buyers enter the market, but honestly, it's still a little too soon to tell. Understanding that dynamic helps buyers and sellers make smarter decisions instead of reacting to headlines. Real estate isn't just about national trends. In fact, it has nothing to do with national trends outside of interest rates. It's about what's happening right here in your local market. Because while many national markets have plenty of inventory, this is still a definite issue for our home buyers here in Maryland. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. Please take a second, like and subscribe to our channel. And if you're interested in more tips and tricks, check out this next video.